So today we're going to make meatballs. If you watch my last video, which was meatloaf, then you'll know that I mentioned on there that also with this mixture you can make meatballs. So I thought today what I'd do is show you how I make the meatballs. I don't cook them on top of the oven, I actually cook them in the oven, and I'm going to make a sauce as well to go with them really easily. Okay, so I've got in my bowl 500 grams of low-fat mince. It's steak mince, just supermarket. And to that I'm going to add some breadcrumbs. Now these, literally, I've just got a crust of bread and I've just done it with a grater. So that's that. The reason I use breadcrumbs, if you're wondering, is if there is any fat, it absorbs, and also it helps bulk the mince out a bit. Right, to that I'm going to add a sprinkle of mixed herbs. I'm going to add some all-purpose seasoning. Just a little sprinkle. Some salt, if I can get the top off. This always foxes me. I've got pink Himalayan, but you use just what you've got in your cupboard. A couple of twists of black pepper. A squidge of tomato puree. And a little bit of my favourite garlic puree. Again, it's to taste, so you add as much of that as you want. If you really like a garlicky taste, please feel free to use fresh garlic or the one in the jar that's a little bit stronger. Okay, and I'm just going to, I'm using a knife for this, but you use whatever you want. I'm just going to mix that together. To this I've chopped, finely chopped a large onion. Now I'm going to use half the onion for the meatballs and the other half is going to be sweated down and to be used in the sauce. Okay, so roughly half of that. And again, just mix it through. These will be quite rustic if you like meatballs. They won't be the finely minced ones that you see in the shops in the trays. These will be more homemade ones, which is really nice because you can control what goes in them. Now I'm going to bind that together with a beaten egg. Just a medium egg, beaten up, and I'm going to bind it together with that. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the bit where you put your hands in. And bind all that together. I find if you put your dry ingredients in first and then mix it, and then add your wet ingredients, i.e. the egg, it's easier. But if you put your egg in first and then put your dry ingredients, they tend to sort of just stick to the egg. But if you mix them through first, you get a better distribution. Okay, so I think that's all. You can see it's coming together now. So what I'm going to do, I've prepared a tin. And I've put some baking parchment on there so they don't. Now, the size of your meatballs are entirely up to you. But I'm going to do them reasonably large. They will shrink a little bit with cooking. And so these are the meatballs all ready to go in the oven. As you see, they're quite a substantial shape and size, but if you want to make them smaller, that's entirely up to you. but this is what I've decided to do today. So they're now going to be popped into the oven. I've preheated my oven. It is at 180 degrees. So I'm just going to pop those in, mega shelf, 180 degrees, and I'm going to check them in 30 minutes. They may leave longer, I'm really not sure. So I'll check them in 30 minutes and see if they're done. If they're not, then just give them 10 minutes more until they've done, and you'll know if they've done. If you're not sure, pop a knife in, cut one in half, and see if it's cooked all through. So now I'm going to make the sauce while my meatballs cook. Now bearing in mind this is a really economical recipe. I've used 1 large Spanish onion, finely chopped, and for that I've used half in the meatballs, and I'm going to sweat half down now to use in the sauce. So in goes my onion and half a pepper. You can use whatever you've got in the fridge. Mushrooms are really lovely in this. I just used them today because my other half doesn't like mushroom, but that works really well. Also a bit of spring onion, anything you've got, you know, celery, anything you've got, just sweat it down to make the sauce. And this is going to sweat down nicely. Make sure it's all really soft before we start to put the passata in. So as we go along, I'm going to show you what I'm going to put in the sauce. So I'm going to put, again, a sprinkle of mixed herbs. You can buy passata with this already in. I haven't, but you can if you want to. It makes it a lot easier if you haven't got any at home. Again, a little squidge of garlic paste. To this I'm going to add a dash of Worcester sauce, black pepper, and my passata. So I'm just going to sweat this down. So this is sweated down now. You'll know because it'll have a really nice sort of sheen on it, and it'll be nice and soft. Okay. So to this, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic puree to taste. You might want an awful lot more than me. A dash of the old Worcester sauce. Smells absolutely lovely. Twist of black pepper. And my passata. If you've got a courgette, that works really well as the mushroom, leek, whatever you've got in the fridge and you think it's going to go. But courgette and mushroom work really well with this as well. These cartons are lovely, but you do have to kind of squidge it out a bit. Okay, so add some sauce to this. I'm going to add my mixed herbs, but as I said before, you can buy passata with herbs already in it, and that's absolutely fine. With herbs, with dried herbs, if you're using dried herbs, you need to add a little bit more than you would fresh. If you're chopping up your own fresh herbs, if you're lucky enough to have those in your garden, then you don't need quite as many. Okay, now I'm going to leave this to slowly simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, checking on it all the time while my meatballs are cooking. Okay, so I've turned it down because tomato does tend to spit, as you've just seen. So I'm going to turn it right down and just let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes until the tomatoes cooked right through with the vegetables. Okay, we'll be back later. Okay, so I've cooked my passata for just over 15 minutes on low. and that has combined the flavours, and as you'll see it's a lot deeper colour, and the flavours are blended together really nicely. Boiled my pasta, boiling salted water, and my meatballs have taken 30 minutes, and there we go. So I'm just going to spoon my sauce over. My meatballs. These are lovely and chunky, not at all processed like the ones you get in the supermarket. Not that there's anything wrong with those, but it's really nice. And I'm just going to finish with a small sprinkle of grated cheese. There we go. Enjoy.